It wasn't until the woman was pushed into the incinerator with a temperature of 30,000 degrees Celsius that people were horrified to find that the woman, who was supposed to be in a fake death state before, was actually going to lose her life in the hands of her own younger brother this time. And the one who started all this was actually the woman's husband. In the previous life, the wife owed a huge amount of debt. Then she faked her death and went abroad with her first love to live a carefree life, leaving the man to pay off this debt for her. As a result, the man was ruined and even had one of his legs broken. However, just after the man paid off the debt of tens of millions of US dollars, he found that his wife, who had been dead for 3 years, was actually still alive. The man couldn't believe it. The wife directly told him the truth. Back then, not only did she fake her death to deceive the man into helping her pay off the debt, even the son that the man had raised for over 10 years wasn't his biological child, but the child of the wife and her first love. It was only then that the man realized that his wife had betrayed him long ago. In anger, the man rushed towards his wife, but the wife hit him on the head with a stick. When the man opened his eyes again, he found that he had been reborn and gone back to 3 years ago. Only then did the man realize that he had returned to the day when his wife faked her death. Meanwhile, the wife and her first love were discussing the plan of faking her death. In order not to let the man see through the flaw of the fake death, the first love even injected the wife with an anesthetic and then covered her with a white cloth. After that, the first love handed the man a glass of water and asked him to calm down first. Looking at the glass of water, the man remembered that in the previous life, he had fainted immediately after drinking this water. That was why he missed his wife's cremation. This time, he splashed the water onto the first love's face. Then he directly rushed into the wife's ward and slapped the wife dozens of times, just to let the wife's first love know that the man didn't want to believe that the wife was really dead. Immediately, the first love took out the woman's death certificate. Looking at the death certificate in his hand, the man was secretly glad. This time, he was going to make the wife and her first love pay a heavy price. The man immediately called to send the wife to the crematorium. He even spent a lot of money to let the wife jump the queue and be cremated in advance. At this time, the man noticed that the wife's hand had been moving. Then tears fell from the corners of the wife's eyes. However, the man remained unmoved. He still sent the wife into the incinerator and personally pressed the igniter, waiting for the wife to be burned up by the big fire. Just then, the wife's mother and her first love rushed in angrily and asked the man to stop quickly, saying that the woman wasn't dead.